Hey YouTube, welcome to a new video. I'm Philip Jacob and you're watching Metal Beings. On today's video, I'm going to be showing you the all-new Mercedes Benz C-Class, and this one is the C220D. The car we're checking out today is the all-new Mercedes Benz C-Class, and the car on display is the C220D. There is the C200, the C220D and also the 300D. So the C200 and the 220D would look same on the looks and the features. So let's go in detail about this car's review. So while checking the front of the car comes with the static LED headlamp system in the C200 and the C220D, whereas the C300 gets the digital LED headlamps, which has a range of 650 meters and also has the adaptive content on it. On the middle you have the grille with the huge Mercedes-Benz star logo, which also acts as a radar for the braking assistant system. The front bumpers consist of the 360-degree sensors, which helps in the parking assistance. So the car also comes with a parking assistant wherein the car can automatically park by itself. And this being the C200 and 220D gets a lot of chrome in the front grills and also on the lower portion of the front bumpers. And while checking the side profile of the car has grown compared to the predecessor. By length it is grown by 65 mm, and just on the wheelbase you have an extra of 25 mm. While checking out the wheels, you get the 17-inch alloy wheels with a 5-spoke kind of a design, and the longer wheelbase gives a lot more of space inside the car. You have the indicators incorporated into the outside rear view mirrors itself, which has a two-tone design, which is also electrically foldable. And while checking out the roof, you get a blackened out roof with a panoramic sunroof. And while checking out the rear, you get the newly designed tail lamps, which are completely LEDs. You have the C220D badging with the Mercedes logo in the middle. The rear bumpers again consist the 360-degree sensors, and the lower portion you have the exhaust design trims with the chrome finishing. The boot can be opened with a press of a button or by using your key too. You have a deep boot space. The spare wheel comes on top with its tools, but even though you have a deeper boot space, you can fold down the seats by 40, 20, 40 split too. And while checking the engine of the all-new C-Class, you have new engines on offer. This C220D is a 2-liter diesel engine which produces 200 bhp and 440 Newton meters of torque. It can do a 0 to 100 in 7.3 seconds. And the petrol on offer is a 1.5-liter petrol engine which produces 204 bhp and 300 Newton meters of torque, which can do a 0 to 100 in the same 7.3 seconds. And finally the C300D, that produces 265 bhp and 550 Newton meters of torque in the same 2-liter engine and can do a 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds. So right now we are seated inside the Mercedes Benz C-Class, the 220D, and as you can notice, you have this beautiful steering wheel. Left hand side you have the controls for the home screen, through which this touchpad you can control the main screen. And below you have the voice controls, the voice command, the favorites, answer and disconnect the call. Whereas on the right hand side you have the home button for the main instrument cluster and also the controls for the speed limiter and the cruise control. The C200 and 220D gets this steering wheel, whereas the 300D gets a flat bottom steering wheel, which is a bit more sporty. And while checking the instrument cluster, you get a very crisp instrument cluster with various information on them, and you can just control them by using these buttons out over here. You have various displays. For example, from sport I can change it to the classic look, or a full screen of the complete navigation, or even an assistant system or the service display wherein I get various information on the car. Very informative and also a very crisp display so that you get various information on the drive without any hindrance. And while checking out on the doors, as you can notice, you have the ambient lightings redesigned in this C-Class. The switches are with pressure control switches, so all you need to do is just touch it and give it a little bit of pressure and the seat moves. The buttons don't move physically over there. I have 3 memory functions for the driver's seat and also for the passenger seat. And while checking the dashboard, you get this newly designed AC vents, which also has the ambient lightings incorporated into them at night. It really gives a very good show. And you get this open pore wood finish with these metallic line kind of a display on them, with the ambient lightings again underneath below. You have 64 colors of ambient lightings inside this car. The main display is inspired by the S-Class. The whole design language of this C-Class is inspired from the S-Class. That is why they call it the Baby S. And this display is the NTG7, so it is the latest operating system, which additionally also has the feature of Car2X communication, which means that if there is another Mercedes which has the same operating system going in front, and if it notices any traffic jam or any road hindrances or anything, you will get that information on your car too, so that you can plan your drive accordingly. This system accommodates wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto too. And apart from that, you get a split kind of a display so that you have your navigation over here and the other main functions out below. The AC controls are down below. As you can notice, there's a lot of buttons reduced and all is incorporated into the screen itself. You can change your driving modes over here, the parking camera assistant, the quick dial button for the car settings, hazard light. This is a fingerprint sensor. So basically you can customize your AC, your radio, your seat position, your steering wheel position, which is also electronically adjustable with a press of a button, your mirror position too. So all this can be customized just with a profiling, and it can be done by this fingerprint switch over here. And then you have the volume controller and the screen switch on and switch off button. Further down, you have a wireless charging pad. So any mobiles with wireless charging capability can be charged using this slot over here. You also get a C-port charging point, 2 functional cup holders and a small space out over here. Further down, you have this handrest which can be opened, and it gives you another space down below with another 2 C-port charging points. And also this space is lit with this light out over here. And while checking out the roof, you have the controls for the lights, and also you'll find an SOS button. So this is in case of an emergency. You can click this and it would go for a call center and they would send you the assistance immediately. And to open and close the sunroof, you have a touch sensitive button over here so that it can open the sunroof for you. The same thing can be done for closing the sunroof too, which is very useful. And for the music system, the car comes with the standard Mercedes music system in this, whereas the C300D gets the Burmester surround music system. So right now we are seated at the rear of the C220D, and as you can notice, I have a decent amount of legroom and headroom also. The extra 25 mm of wheelbase is shown over here. I have ample amount of thigh support too. And for my handrest, I have 2 cup holders in them which come out with this press of a button over here. And the doors also have the sun blinders out them, which is manual, and also the controls to open and close the window and to open and close the door. A very practical space to be in, and also it is lit up as this car comes with a panoramic sunroof. So as mentioned before, the car has 3 variants, which is the C200, the 220D and the 300D. The 200 is priced at 55 lakhs ex showroom, and the C220D is priced at 56 lakhs ex showroom, and finally the 300D is priced at 61 lakhs ex showroom value. So that's it from me guys on the all new Mercedes Benz C-Class, the C220D, and also on all the other variants which I've informed in the video. If you have any doubts, please do let me know on the comment section down below. I'll see you guys later in another video with another car. Until then, goodbye.